Team Liquid's turn to ban. Team Empire's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Team Liquid's turn to ban.
Dusk.
Team Liquid's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Gyrocopter!
Team Empire's turn to pick.
Dazzle.
Hello guys and welcome back. We're here again, game number 2, Team Empire against Team Liquid, and honestly, Empire, they've got to get that game on track, because game number 1, that was the Matsuma show. Huskar, those items, he suddenly decided, right, I'm going to play some Dota, I'm going to go kill some heroes. There was nothing Empire could do to it, honestly. That guy just ran through them one by one. But game number 2, different draft, different story. And both teams with different opening heroes here. Empire get the Tusk this time, but Team Liquid start with the Slardar and the Gyro. Co-casted Knight's Clairvoyance. I feel a little bit happier with Team Empire's opener here, but then Liquid responded with this just, okay, what do you do about this then, huh?
Pretty much, man. Every time the Slardar is picked up, you really wonder what you're gonna do as the mid-game comes, because this hero just outperforms every other hero in the game at that stage. But you know, Gyrocopter, it's a hero that's, even though it's very powerful in the early game, we saw how last game it could be exploited, and of course, Empire, I'm not sure if they're going to pick up the Huskar for themselves, especially going up against the Slardar, but they have the Dazzle to do so, and of course, they have banned out the Wind Ranger as well. But with those two bans, actually looking at all 4 bans from Empire, they're all mid-heroes, aren't they?
Yeah. And there's the Razor
This is just
left.
what happens. This is what happens when your mid-player drafts for you. Let me tell you, dude, like, unless the support is drafting, it's like an off-laner that's drafting or mid-player that's drafting, they always pay attention more to the lane matchup that they have to deal with. And it's like a natural occurrence more than anything else. And it's not bad particularly, but sometimes it takes away the focus of what could be better in a broad perspective. But I'm not sure if it's going to be the case this game, because at the end of the day, there's still a Razor in the pool.
Yeah, exactly. There's still Razor faster, but I fully agree. Like, even from my own experiences, you know, playing with scrub tier 5k MMR people when we were playing in UK Dota leagues and stuff like that, I drafted for like a week and a half for our team, and I realized, like, a self-realization, hang on a second, my first phase bans are like Queen of Pain, Shadow Fiend, my second phase bans are always like, you know, Wind Ranger and stuff like that. There's so many more options, like you said, there are broader strokes for a draft that you have to really pay attention to a lot of the time.
Right.
But Resolution, he feels that if he can get a good time at mid, then maybe he can have that sort of domino effect and control other lanes with his presence as well. Yeah, Liquid, hey, look at that. AA and Wyvern, Slardar, Gyrocopter, big team fight ultis, lots of control, but they aren't lacking in lane presence either. Where Undying is picked up for Team Empire, though, this lane presence is a lot more amplified by this Undying Tusk potential. The Dazzle could be, you know, an aggro dual lane, aggro tri-lane if they really wanted to. Not sure where they're putting the Tusk just yet. It's going to be rough for Liquid to hold out on that aggression, but I've got one more thing to say. I played in an aggressive dual lane with Undying and Jakiro a couple of weeks ago, and the enemy team in ranked matchmaking picked Winter Wyvern and AA, and oh my god, Arctic Bird plus Chilling Touch is disgusting. I don't know why more people don't pick this up, because it is absolutely gross.
That's a lot of magic damage, that's for sure.
From like a million range as well. It's like, oh, you dropped a tombstone, did you? Well, have fun, you can run away now.
Yeah, it's definitely very potent. Empire coming out of the woodwork with an Invoker pick here. I personally thought the Ancient Apparition pick was kind of like an anticipation of a aggro try as well as a potential Huskar. Because if you look at Empire's first 3 picks between Tusk, Dazzle, and Undying, they've shown their cards for their 3, 4, and 5 position heroes. So in terms of disables, this is the best they're going to get this game. And their carries have to be able to do some heavy lifting when it comes to pushing out the lanes and scaling hard, because a lot of these heroes, they don't have a good time in the lane, like especially Undying and to an extent Dazzle. It's going to be hard to find the levels to maintain relevancy.
Yeah.
With the Invoker pickup now too, Empire, man, they have to really win the lanes now. If Invoker doesn't win his lane or do really well, he's gonna have a hard time farming in the mid game, because that hero, it's like one of the easiest picks in the game unless you're playing aggressive, unless you're playing with a level advantage, especially against the Slaughter, which means that they won't actually need Dust to gank him up every time because of the amp. And of course in the lane, he's relatively squishy and gankable as well. Like, I imagine if a Wyvern ever rotates in with an Arctic Burn, the Invoker just dies.
We've seen Silent play a lot of Sven recently, and that's the one hero that kind of stands out for me in this draft for them, that could work pretty decently for everything you're saying. Buff them up, has the Warcry where they can chase people down, is tanky as all hell. Got stuns, you can throw out disables here and there, you can scale decently, farm well with the cleave, getting through jungle camps and stuff like that. But Team Liquid have the advantage here of already having, stuns, minus armor, big for ultimates, and now waiting for that final hero from a Tumberman. It could be the old Ember Spirit. Ember plus AA is a pretty nice combo, jumping around the map a little bit. But that would obviously push Gyro into a little bit of a weird role, so it's probably going to be Tumberman Gyro. And how far to pick up the Razor? It's still out there.
I think so. Yeah, I think Razor's a fine pick this game. I mean, it's always going to be, there's always going to be a hero or two on top of him, because Tusk and Undying naturally they have to play within certain ranges. And then of course the matchup for Invoker at mid is going to be not fun at all. Invoker's a hero that's very heavily reliant on his single target right clicks to be able to get the CS more than his nukes. And there it is. Boom.
Oh hey, we'd never guess that, would we?
Yeah, I mean this is coming out of the woodwork, surprise of the century here. But really, man, I'm worried for Empire again. Picking up these 3, 4, 5 position heroes in your first 3 picks, not limiting the enemy's pool just by the overall draft, but like taking out mid laners. At the end of the day, Liquid's still getting what they want, because Fada wants his Razor. And then picking an Invoker into this lineup that needs a lot of time to get online, and not getting the lane set up to do so, because with Tusk Undying in the offlane or doing what they want to do against the Gyrocopter, for one, it's not going to work. And for another, again, what's the fallback for the Invoker at mid? I just don't see it, man. I think it's going to be, yet again, another rough game for Empire, where they have to make the ends meet in the early game.
They'll have to TP Dazzle to mid to try and save Invoker, maybe. Get these
lots from... they need to win the game by fights, right? But how do you fight into Wyvern, AA, and Gyrocopter trialing? And how do you fight into a Razor that's beating your Invoker by 20 CS at 5 minutes? I don't know.
And then how do you kill the Slaughter who sprints away? That's the other thing to look
it's
at.
like there's no lockdown either. Again, I don't know.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh,
it's gonna be rough, man.
Juggernaut.
So they're going all in with the pushing thing here, and if they hit a certain timing, I can see it working, but they'll have to do really, really well in the laning stage.
I agree, because the healing ward, Shadow Wave, it's there, helps you push into these towers. But if AA can get a good timing on that level 6, the Ice Blasts, it's not going to be too simple pushing into tier 1s. But we'll see how Empire do. They're pretty reliant on the early laning stage, and they've got great level 1 spells, honestly, between Ice Shard, Blade Fury. Invoker's the one hero that just kind of sits there and hits people a little bit. What do you reckon? Is it going to be Exalt Invoker this game, or just go for the Quas Wex?
I feel like he needs Exort for lane competitiveness, as well as the scaling in general. I feel like he also needs Quas Wex to be able to control up these fights. And Quas Wex is actually pretty good against heroes like Slaughter, who are limited on their mana pools. And of course, Gyrocopter. But again, I don't know. It's if he does Quas Wex, I feel like they're just going to lack damage in the mid game. How do they kill the Razor? How do they kill the Gyro under BKB? Don't know.
I guess what he could do early on is go for that build we've been seeing a little bit more of recently, is the 0-1-1 build.
Yeah,
Go
the
for-
Wax X sword. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
go-
needs alacrity this game.
Yeah, go for alacrity like level 3, and that's where you get your laning presence from, and you can maybe try and outlast it, the Razor a little bit there. And then go back into the Wax, but we'll find out. Resolution's probably got some tricks up his sleeve. We're on Liquid. What are we doing? Kuroki, Ancient Apparition this time around, Mind Control on the Slardar. Jerax did go for a quick TP and lane ward down the bottom lane, so that on lockdown. R2 Gyro, faster on the Razor. Prizes, but Resolution Invoker, this is the really linchpin hero that we're going to watch out for with Float.
Yep.
Dying and solo head out to the task. There's no fair dazzle. Up at top is going to be Silent playing the Juggernaut, so this Jug is going to be in,
30
I
seconds
assume,
to
a
battle.
1v1 against Slardar for the most part. Dazzle will be looking at controlling mid a little bit, but it's the aggressive dual lane as well, of Tusk dying. This usually is a terrifying presence. They snowball,
Yeah.
they tombstone, they decay, and they piss you off constantly. Again,
However,
we're looking
going
at
up-
Chilling Touch Octoburn.
Against the Wyvern, Gyrocopter, and an Ancient Apparition. 3 really amazing laners, but hold that thought. 5 man down.
The
Chilling
battle
Touch is there though.
begins.
Oh, look at this! Jerax is solo zoning 4 heroes.
Is a great
There was
It's crazy,
no way.
man. I mean, what do you fight the strongest dual lane in the game, or one of the strongest dual lanes in the game with? You fight it with one of the strongest tri lanes in the game. And I think Jerax assumed that with the Arctic Burn, the aggression is sort of done, or he's repelled it to an extent where Empire is going to be a little bit more wary, so not play as aggressive. And then he just rotates himself mid now. He's going to try to stack. When he Arctic Burns the Invoker, again, it might just be a kill.
The fact that Mind Control got the bounty rune up at top of all of this. Himself half a level ahead of Silent. He'll have sprint plus rush very quickly. Difficult to kill him off, so no fear's job here to try and zone, but Mind Control with Stout Shield, with Mango. There is just no way you're really trading hits efficiently or trading regen efficiently. You've shared tangos, so no fear has, what, a Mango and Shadow Wave. He doesn't have any actual HP regen, whereas there's Salve, there's a Tango and a Mango left for Mind Control. Actually trade off the regen wall there. Down the bot, Jerax is getting into a bit of a battle with this Tusk and Undying. But Summerman's Gyrocopter should be able to farm relatively freely down here.
Yeah, Fada's taking up some tower hits here, but that's okay. Again, Resolution went for Cold Snap, so he has Quas level 1 and Invoker at level 2. When he gets linked up again, I imagine it's going to be super rough on him. But even now, he's got 1 CS versus Fada's 5 and 3. 6 and 3 now.
Not easy. No Talisman into Quas, then Cold Snap. The damage output there now. Dar Observe what has been placed out. A little bit late, but still gives them very good intel and a lot of vision. Ports from the Radiant side coming in. A little tree line. They're not getting any farm down here. Dying has 1 last hit, Tusk has 0. They just aren't getting any value from this dual lane apart from a little bit of experience. You know, they haven't even hit level 2 at this point.
And look at Mind Control, he's about to crack level 3 alone here.
Right. Second point in Crush, I guess. Maybe even allow him to go for a solo kill or no fear. He's holding onto that skill point, waiting to see if he needs Grave. But Mind Control, he's bashing around Silent. Not literally, he doesn't have Bash leveled up, but he's definitely giving him a run for his money. Sprint forward, he maybe looks for the Dazzle. Oh, right side, there's no fear, just running a back and forth, pacing. I'm sure he's not out of position.
Well, it was a nice pull though. Denied up a lot of EXP, but again, the lane's just going to push, and Slaughter is going to pull now, so this is going to be even more disruptive for Empire. All 3 lanes, so far, going in Liquid's favor, and I would say pretty convincingly.
Sure. Fata mid, Resolution as he starts to catch up? Not really. 3 and 2. For the double points in Quas, just wants to try and sustain as long as he can, but this is maybe where we see a little bit of action flow as well as the low hideouts have moved over to this Radiant pull through. The Arshard's blocking in Kuro. Tombstone actually breaks down the trees and gives him a way out, but he's still snowballed on. The zombies stack up, the Cold Embrace is there to try and keep Kuroki alive, and it might just do that. He's healed up enough, they kill the Tombstone, and Matumaman, he joins in. Forward, but won't find the gap closer there onto Flow. But the biggest thing is they've expended mana from the Dire. They didn't lose a hero. First Blood has not been spilt yet. And they can go back to stacking and pulling and just playing the static farm lane. Fata might be in a bit of trouble though.
Zero
Really
damage
short
coming
range tornado, which will allow the snowball to actually lap in there. And Fata trapped with the shard. There's your first blood. Empire spill it.
First
The
blood.
fact that Aloha ran from bot lane towards mid, kind of undetected, or Fata didn't feel he was too much of a threat. They do get that opening.
He obviously played very aggressive on Resolution, thinking that without the damage he wasn't getting finished off. But ability to realize the low dance coming in from a bad engagement in the woods was able to transition in, but again, still, it's a nice kill, but it's they're gonna need more of those for sure. And there's a bounty rune at top. It's gonna be spotted out by Jerax, and 4-minute rune's gonna spawn too.
Fact of the matter is, Solution is still sitting at 9 last hits.
Ooh, mind control. Yeah, very close.
Getting a couple of tower hits in onto him. But Matomaman has been left alone down in bottom lane. There's only one spell available. Lowhead answers Tusk. It's Ice Shards or Snowball, but...
Yeah, they can't go on him. Like, any other hero, he would have shard blocked the hero there and probably gone on the carry, but not Gyro Copter. Gyro will literally turn on them and possibly kill one of them, the Rocket Barrage.
Rocket Barrage too good.
Yeah.
Actually trying to set up here a little bit towards mid. Level 2, Jirax with the Arctic Burn ready, just waiting, biding his time, and that's Resolution using the Tornado now. Right.
That was nice.
Look at this.
He got 2 CS out of that. That was pretty nice.
Oh. Getting the value out the Tornado, even though it's super short range. Now, Kuroki, he's got his brown boots up, he'll be able to walk this one off. And again, wasting time of this aggressive dual lane, not finding kills, finding too much in the way of experience or disruption. You know, Matomaman is still farming. Okay, he's 9 last hits behind the Juggernaut, so there is some disruption there. Not the same amount as you want, and if Flo gets caught off here, which he definitely will, the slows are just a little bit too much. Even Mind Control rotated in for that one, thinking that Empire would be playing a little more aggressively into the Radiant jungle.
This is fine. I think what Empire is going to do now is they saw him on the other side of the map, so they're going to try to push the lane a bit. But that gives Mind Control the ability to rotate back to the lane and get more than he should have gotten. Because if he was just sitting there, they would have kept denying up the creep wave and kept zoning him out. So this kind of movement for Slaughter is not bad. Especially because he has Sprint. He can just run around with like pseudo haste around the map. What a hero.
Just blinking yourself around. Now, the Razor, it's kind of a weird hero in how it sort of progresses and where the power spikes, because it doesn't have any really noticeable, you know, spikes in power with certain skills coming up. His ultimate isn't one of those big, wow, that's going to win us a team fight kind of things. It's just, well, it's a little bit annoying to deal with. It's mainly when he gets certain items, right? You know, the S and Y. If he goes for the mech build, which is a possibility, though we've been seeing less and less of it from Razors nowadays. That raw tankiness of Razor being able to walk into a team fight and be untouchable. That's where his main strength lies. Basically, well, he was always known as the counter carry, right?
Yeah, he's like the guy that shuts down, right?
Like when Lifestealer and Lone Druid were really big pickups, he walk in, you static link, and that's it. They're done for. They don't do anything anymore. They have to rage and run away or try and TP. And against the Juggernaut, it does work pretty well, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, Jug is definitely one of those heroes too. With the Omni Slash, if he's not able to finish off the target, then it's going to be rough. But Jug is also not one of the heroes that I would enjoy running into a Winter Wyvern. For one, you can always get cursed while you're running or trying to do something in the fight. And then there's the alternative where you Omni Slash a target, and then they get Cold Embrace, and then the Omni Slash does absolutely nothing. So it's just another one of those hard counter instances where, again, Empire, they need to find a solution to this. And so far, the Invoker with the Wex Quas at mid, you know, he hasn't gotten an item up yet. He's looking for his phase boot still. But once he gets that, they have to be able to make some phase, because otherwise, man, the longer Liquid hold their towers, the better it gets for them this game. The better they scale, the better their teamfight becomes, the better their threat as a whole becomes.
Just looking for mind control and his blink dagger timing. If he can get that 15-16 minutes in, things get super interesting. Resolution, he will start progressing, like I said, into the phase boots. Maybe an Urn. We've seen that from Invokers time to time when they are a little bit behind. Courier. I could have maybe gone for that one. But Observer Ward is placed and instantly taken out because the sentry was placed already.
You know, the Liquid's actually doing this every game. They place a mid ward from the very start of the game, and it's in a different position every game, so you can't always like snipe it out based on a replay or something like that. But it allows Fada to, for example, when he's playing the Razor or Viper, right? These heroes, they want to harass, and you need high ground vision to do that. So for them to be able to do that from the low ground, it always jumps the mid lane on the other team, like, whoa, how does he have vision here? Or whoa, what do I do against this? So it's a really nice tactic that they pull off. Just a simple mid ward at the start of the game, and it changes the dynamic of how the matchup goes.
I guess there's someone invis next to me. Is there an observer ward here? What's going on? There's so many possibilities. Yeah. It's hard to handle. Now, on the bottom lane, Liquid, they've done a decent chunk of damage to this tier 1. Matu has helped himself up. If only he had that Ring of Battle already with him, they could push pretty hard into this tower, but even without it, They've got a full creep wave, and they've got the gyrocopter who can just skip past with the flat cannon.
Oh man, yeah,
Hitting
it's
it
hurting
slow.
the Undying so much.
Look at that damage. Won't take the tower out just yet because of that fortification, but up at top, mind control forces no fear back, and the fear definitely there for the dazzle. But maybe with Silent running forward, Omni Slash not quite ready. Juggernaut to jump in. Biding their time, you know, it's poking and prodding here from Liquid, seeing are you going to overextend, are you going to try and commit to this? Because if they commit top to that Slardar, they can go in and bot, and they're going to go bot anyway. With a call down onto Weapon Y, the Tusk will drop, and the TP's coming a little bit too late with the Tombstone there. Maybe the zombies can slow them down. Tornado from Resolution will catch the Superman and the Cold Snap. Cold Embrace will heal them up a little bit. And if they got enough magic damage to actually secure this kill, the Rocket Barrage will do a ton of damage, but they've still found the Gyrocopter, and only in exchange for the Tusk.
You know, if they didn't ditch him during the Cold Embrace timing, I feel like they could have actually turned that around. Matuma Man had some more stacks on the flat cannon, and of course he was dying pretty quickly. But they just hit them in the meantime, like Jirax and Kuroki. If they just hit the Heroes of Empire and created a little bit more presence, they might have been able to get a kill or two out of it. But it was scary going into a Tombstone, of course. And the result is they lose their carry.
Indeed. Now looking at
Nice shard block. Nice shard block by Aloha Dance.
Oh god, where is he?
Yeah, it's at mid. He just denied him the rune basically because Spada was stuck, and he wanted to fill his bottle again with the rune, but the shard block allowed Aloha Dance to snatch the rune under his nose.
Silent with 65 last hits right now has hit 4k net worth, and he's going to go back into the jungle a little bit here. He's amped up, so there's full vision for Liquid of what he's doing. Juggernaut. 1.5, he's got the Omni Slash level 4 Blade Fury as well. And that's really going to be the key thing here. If he can get that damage output there, and onto a target mind control. Sure enough, he's got 7 plus 4 armor, 11 with almost 1000 HP. Difficult to take down, but not impossible. Got the Tusk to snowball into this. They could bring him down.
Oh yeah, with Omni Slash and spin follow-up with a heal bomb, they can burst him within like 2 seconds maybe, but he's moving fast now, amping up the targets again, and this vision, honestly, it nullifies so much potential aggression.
Oh, TP down to bottom. The shards. As this blocks in Matuma Man, it looks like it might just have cooldowns there, but with a tornado, Matuma Man is dead to rights. There's no way of saving him. He will get a kill back onto the Tusk, and maybe with the stick charges, Flo has actually walked into this with a decay. He'll find it.
Oh.
Rax. Blast is good. And the kill back. Resolution is still on the hunt here. He's got Ghost Walk. He's gonna try and deny himself the Nukie. Neutrals. Does Cold Embrace himself up. The little mind games there from Jirax. And now Resolution. Ghost Walk is there, but he's amped up. Phase Boot, he should have enough movement speed for now, but Sprint and Mind Control, he's chasing this one down. No questions asked until the Tornado will come in. Does not dispel the Sprint. Still a little bit too deep for them. They was moving
oh wow, you're right.
The grave. And up at top, we're Silent. And into this tier 1. Actually, moves himself forward onto Matuma Man. He does have Omni Slash, and I think he's trying to bait this a little bit. If Matu moved forward there off the creep wave, he was dead. Mid Resolution goes invisible with a Ghost Walk, but Mind Control Fata cannot find the kill just yet. There is the urn for Resolution. Guess next is going to be the Orchid. Go for the hunting build.
Oh, and the AA Blast. Close to sniping, but now Mind Control is coming in, and Silent did not see this.
Yeah, and he's fun. He can't Omni Slash now, and it looks like that's going to be his death. Come in with some clicks and really
that timing.
Crush there, honestly. Perfect.
Yeah, absolutely perfect. Oh, and Resolution, he's dead.
Into this. Oh, dearie me. Mind control. He's there, and he's ready. Kills. Nothing, pretty much. And Dying does deny the tower at bottom lane, so that's a little bit of something for Empire there, denying gold away from Liquid.
But as you see, the supports in this trial lane, both supports are level 6 at 10 minutes. This is the sign of a successful trial lane. Oh!
They're comboing this up, but the support's gonna kill off the Undying. Oh yeah, they are. There we go.
This is what happens when both your supports are over leveled in a trial lane versus aggro dual lane scenario.
Mind control.
Mind control, just walking away from this too.
Charges. Just about gets away. I saw his HP drop and plummet, but stick charges are there. The Tranquil Boots will heal him up in about 5 seconds time. It's like he's got a pretty easy route over towards his teammates because the shards don't block him in and he's fine. Sprints back down, the rest of his team's here and like, yeah, what's up, buddy? Got a salve for you, can heal you up, you can keep on going if you want, no fears. Having missile on him in Resolution. Ghost Walks there instead of EMP.
Dire's
Guessing he
structures
wanted to
are
maybe try and get the
fortified.
tornado out as well, but deterring them away from this tier 1. Gonna last so long. Deny, not available. And we'll get the hit in there, and man, he's again. Silent goes in with the spin. Shards, just trapping in Matu, but there's no real commitment here from Empire. They can't go in when Resolution has no spells to give. Invoke still on cooldown, no EMP. Below had out the Tusk, enough to engage. And with the Ice Blast landing now onto Resolution, he's gonna have to try and sprint himself away, which he'll succeed at doing. Relentless pressure here from Team Liquid though.
Yep, and at the end of the day, they still lose nothing because they hold the map control. They pushed in the lane they wanted to. They have an amp on the Invoker, so they see all his movements as well as the teammates' movements so long as they walk in the proximity. And look at this, now they're just going for the tier 1 top. Bada has like 30% mana, but he doesn't care because he has an illusion rune bottled up and he has mind control just scouting out everything with level 3 sprint.
Oh, they're gonna
Everything is
Silent.
going for Liquid.
He's got Omni Slash and Spin. Not going to be the easiest of takedowns. Silent still has not used that Omni Slash, right? We're waiting for that time where someone's away from a creep wave when he's not, because he's had to spin every time to stop getting hit by crush and stuns and all this stuff just being flung at him.
Right.
Liquid at this point.
And at this point, Liquid has the physical damage to even hit him or kill him during the spin. Now Silent getting very low. He doesn't have a healing ward after this, so even no, the amp is actually expired now.
Your axe. Flap your wings to Wyvern. Back to your hoard of gold.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
4 heroes up the top for Empire, not really accomplishing anything, and they've got vision again. Amp is up. Tusk, and they see the Invoker TPing out, so I think Kuroki knows what's up here. The Observer Ward is placed up on the high ground. Tombstone dropped, Kuro has to turn back and hit the zombie, I feel. Matsu will probably clear it out with him. Yep, there we go. Flat Cannon, so good against the Undying Zombies, honestly.
Yep.
Back up the top, it looks like the wraparound is coming in. They see Silence. Attic Link Plasma Field, they want to kill off this healing ward. The Crush not going to connect. Asante spin back to victory, and the Shard's very good from Aloha Dance. Blocks out the advance. Team Liquid, but they still want blood. If they can't get Silent, they want the Tusk, and they'll get him. Collect the bounty.
And Matu's up here now. I guess they won't get Dazzle. No fear of recognizing that, just TPing out immediately. But even with the Undying porting up here too, what can they get? Silent ported bottom, and he might just end up falling because he thinks everybody's top.
I'll look down there in a second. The homing missile is
Oh
flying
dear,
towards
he's...
Here we go. Silence walked a little bit too far out, and guess what? The 2 supports again! This time a kill off the Juggernaut though. Kuroki and Jirax, level 8 apiece, right? Yeah. Ridiculous amounts of levels and farm now. Mind control looks like he got hit by the EMP from Resolution. Stopping. Waiting. A little bit of aggression from the Slardar, but are we looking at Blink yet? 500 gold until Mind Control gets a Blink Dagger. So it is going to be that 16-minute blink that we were talking, or even faster. The tower dropping, it's going to be like a 15 and a half minute blink.
Yeah, he's getting the CS at mid now. Drax being a meanie and stealing some here, but Mind Control will most certainly get the remainder of the CS and probably another wave or another jungle camp, and he'll pick it up. Yeah, this is so far, I think, going somewhat expectedly, but again, Empire, they're getting choked out on their own side of the map. Now there's an AA blast coming down just to annoy Resolution a bit. But support's soloing up carries. It goes to show the dire situation they're in. They're stuck in some place and mid.
Might just die here. With the cold embrace. Spin him alive, but in comes Faster and Matsumo Man. If they're gonna let him die, they'll get the trade-offs they need. Tusk gonna drop straight after Dazzle. 2-for-1 exchange there. The big problem is Mind Control was like 150 gold away from Blink, and now he's down, 350 gold away from it. Resolution walking in with the EMP Tornado.
Oh, Silence.
To Kuroki. Silence does go into Faster with a spin out. Razor is in a little bit of trouble. Buys up the Yoga Club, realizing what predicament he's in. Definitely Ice Blast connecting onto Flow, not quite onto Resolution. But Matsumo Man is chasing him out. Can they kill him? Fata is so quick
he's
on
got
his feet.
the invis, man.
It looks like Fata's just fine. There's a healing ward for Silent if he wants it. Jirax trying, but cannot get the Cold Embrace onto himself with a Cold Snap out from Invoker. But Matu walks straight back in. There's a spin from Silent and the TP. Will escape and the stuns. Nothing to stop the TPs from coming through. Mind Control arrives just a little bit too late.
Did he buy back Mind Control?
I don't believe so.
He had 1900 gold when he died, and I
guess. And maybe Dust?
Oh yeah, that's right, that's probably right. I'm looking through the messages wondering if he bought back, but again, regardless, Liquid still get more kills out of that exchange, 3-2, and of course they did lose.
Come on, man, he's got called out. Oh, the Ice Blast is right on top of him as well.
Oh, this is gonna turn around, yeah.
Is he gonna die though? There's a grave from Dazzle. Looks like the task is going to be fine regardless. It's going to wear off. Oh, Fata went for the pass and field. Cheeky little play. Gonna get it. Well, up at top, mind control 1v1. Silent. There's no Omni Slash though. Potential of the solo kill off Fata now. Resolution has found him up on the high ground. Empire have been positioning themselves pretty well over the past couple of minutes, I've got to say. And weathering the storm at this point. But if Silent dies up at top against basically what's just mind control Slardar, you've got to try and... He can't TP out, and now he definitely can't TP out.
Down he goes. No Omni Slash, no more spin after, and you know, if you look at his item build too, he's gone for the Aquila drums, but hold that thought, Mind Control might die here to the heal bomb.
They've got the cold in place.
Never mind, there's a team.
The Tombstone out, the zombies start stacking up, Mind Control sprinting, running away. Yeah, 7 stick charges though. Able to keep him alive a little bit longer, turns back to fight into this. There's the little old crush, but Shadow Wave bomb. Came out. The rest of the team from Liquid just not arriving on the scene. They've got Razor farming mid, too low on the old HP, and the Man. They're actually getting burnt down here by Resolution with the urn up in the cold snap. He's gonna get brought down by Resolution's Invoker. That's a kill for him. Honestly, a huge amount of gold there going towards the Invoker. Actually doesn't show in that fight recap.
Very, very nice kill coming out of Resolution. Not only a solo kill, but utilizing the urn, of course, Jerax. Surviving.
Barely.
But really, again, like a really, really nice quick kill coming out of Resolution at bottom. Using the chain sequence of his spells perfectly, and again, the urn through the cold snap, popping it every second. Very, very nicely done.
Yeah, suddenly 700 gold in his pocket, and he's the majority of the way towards his Orchid.
Below us that.
Just
very simple, pour it in with a blink, boom. Can't survive that.
This Orchid for Resolution, there's going to be this timing where, you know, there are no BKBs, you can go and hunt down the AA and the Winter White, definitely. Looking at the Ancient Apparitions item build, earn Arcanes, and now has a VIP booster. Is this Rodovatos?
I think so. Yeah, I think he's just saying, like, given how he's played this game, he's been around cold feeding everybody, and he's just been working with Jerax to ultimate the target that's in front of him, that he's gonna be a presence in the fights, as opposed to just farming the other part of the map and getting picked off by the Invoker. So I think Gatos is fine. I think a Force Staff or Glimmer would have just done just as well, but, you know, it's not a game where he needs Aghanims because they're not lacking any damage at all. And I wanted to mention this earlier too, but if you look at Silent's item build, this is one of those Juggernaut builds that you make this and then you fight, and you fight and fight and fight until you get an extra item or two because of these items that helped you fight. He's not getting these fights so far, and this is not going to let him scale. So, Mind Control's that.
Oh, for sure. The commitment is there from Empire. I mean, that takedown is simple, but the rest of the fight might not be so simple, as Flo's actually cursed up here, and they're going to try and focus down the Tombstone little by little. Falcon's draining the damage out of No Fear, and the cooldown's good, but Man launches it from afar, and now they focus down the Undying. He's gone Resolution. What the Invoker does with the Gold Swarm, he'll be able to get himself away from danger, but on the back line, you see Silent going in, but he's just not doing enough damage. But Man chases him out, No Fear, gonna get stunned up by the Rocket Barrage in a couple of seconds. He can't get his Grave off. He might not be able to get his heal off either. There's the heal, Shadow Wave's up, and now Graves himself at the very last second before he drops the cold feet. Martin's still chasing him down though. As Silent, he's trapped between the Razor, between a rock and a hard place, and that Juggernaut is done for. One final crack of the weapon, Fata finds the kill. 4 dead, Invoker's the only one that survives. This all started from Empire spending everything on that Slardar. They went in, they cast spells, and they thought, cool, kill the Slardar. All of a sudden,
the and now he's dead.
Forces of Liquid just straight on top of them, and you're right, Resolution tries to get the counter kill back onto Jerax, and with the Orchid Burn, he will do so. Mind Control's got a blink in a second, and unless you've got some cool juking moves up your sleeves, Resolution, you're dead for.
5-man wipe for Empire, really. Nice kill by him, of course, towards the end there. And Mind Control, nice dodge of the shards.
Oh, Roshan is control.
They're doing it without a Slaughter, without the amp.
Hey, you're right. I mean, Slaughter's in a bit of trouble towards mid lane, though, with Decay stacking up. Rode by the Sigil. In comes the rest of the team, though. It's aggression, they'll pay for it. They'll pay for it even further. Mind Control's running forward, it's past the Tombstone, and into Flow. All of a sudden, the Undying just dissipates. Ceases to exist under the amp damage. Massive amount of right-click power from Fata, who is now godlike. 11,000 net worth, 21-9 currently is the score for Liquid up against Empire. Game number 2 of this best of 5. And we were saying Empire, they've got to pull something up their sleeves, you know, the ace in the hole. Do they have one?
This game, man, again, I don't know. With the draft, it's just way too hard, and with the item choices that are given, none of these items will skill unless they get a ridiculous amount of kills, and the only kill that's happening is against them. And even at bottom now, Silent, he's about to die.
The deny on the tower as well, Salt in the wound. Silent doesn't have the to get away from this. They're not going to chase it down though, as over in the dire jungle, KuroKy is caught here. But Matsumoman should get the trade-off. Oh, no, he won't with the grave there. Good timing from No Fear to save his little teammate, the Wolf. The Wolf. It's going to get him with Fata. I thought maybe the Alpha Wolf can steal a kill, but it's not quite going to be there. Chase continues. The Razor is on the rampage, looking for blood. He's found Flow, and he's got the damage to pump out onto him as well. 2 more hits in, 1 more. With Eye of the Storm reducing that armor little by little, Resolution will get away with a Ghost Walk, but Empire, they're so afraid of this one hero. Fata though, he's in a little bit of trouble. Omid Slash and Orchid with a Cold Snap available. They're going to have to try and force the fight here around him. Matsumoman runs in onto the Dazzle, but Resolution and Silent. TP, run, hide, get away, because Jirax has the curse, and he'll throw it onto that Invoker alone. Gyro kills off 1 on the back. They found the Invoker as well. Tornado slowing their approach. Jirax finds the hits he requires. Collect that gold.
I'm actually surprised they didn't go for the Juggernaut kill at bottom with the curse. Jirax started just hitting creeps and I guess paying attention to the creep wave or denying up the tower kind of thing. And they did get the deny, but I think they could have killed the Jug. Regardless, they're going for a little bit of harassment on him now with Mind Control, just amping him up. And again, another top fight. The Aegis does get expended, and Fata does lose his godlike streak, but they get the tower, and they get a whole bunch more map control and more harassment at mid. Radavedos, that's the on.
Mind Control just keeps blinking forward, crushing, running back. Blink forward, crush, run back. Then KuroKy comes in with a little Rod of Atos and says, you know what, Silent? We've had enough of you at this middle lane, you can, bugger off. Go farm Aegis or something. Mid lane is ours. You're not doing anything here. And then Jirax. What are you doing, you cheeky little devil?
Oh gosh, Fata has an AC.
Poorly done?
Yeah, 23 minutes in. He's 12k net worth on a Razor. This is probably going to be a high ground push. I don't think they're going to wait for Rosh or anything like that. They're just probably going to wait on the Winner's Curse whenever it's available and just go after they push in the lanes.
Well, yeah, look at the ward that Jirax just placed in the enemy base. The one really far north. He sneaked himself in behind. Oh, Mind Control. Close with a crush, but Resolution. Max Wax gets himself a little bit too far away for it. He's gonna get the amplified damage down onto Aloha Dance. Maybe? Go and steal the Ancients out here. One of the noses of Empire, because they're all forced back into their base. There's nowhere Empire can go, really.
Now, double damage spawning for Fata. Very nicely of the Dota gods to give him this rune at this point when they want to siege. And this will be a free tier 2 tower at bottom, most likely. On the high ground, Mind Control. He's just waiting for someone to make a misstep, and with KuroKy, Matsu both here on the front lines, there's Resolution, they've caught him. They've seen the target they want, snowballed him forward actually, looking for maybe Matsumoman to try and do a bit of damage. Juggernaut trying to kill over on the side, but there's the big Winter's Curse onto 3. Silent spins to win onto Matsumoman, the Grave is there onto No Fear himself, the Dazzle trying to keep himself alive, and Matsumoman is dropping really low here. The Razor has joined the party though, boys, and in we go. Ice Wall slows him down. Oh my
Look
God.
at that 3-man crush out from Mind Control. The Snowball will close the gap down onto the Slardar, and Silent does slice and dive back into the actual little fishman. But Fata, even with that AC, Empire come out with a 1-team fight, and they're gonna get a full team wipe.
You're absolutely right. They lose the gem too. Wow. They just went in 1 by 1 on the side of Liquid, man. Silent coming in with a snipe on the Ancient Apparition at the side. I'm not sure if AA actually used his ultimate, but there was a nice snowball that dispositioned the fight away from the Gyrocopter's call down and was able to toss him into the air, removing a lot of flat cannon damage as well, coming into the entirety of Empire. So really well played by them, but in some sense, Liquid sending in bodies 1 by 1, thinking that they have this game in the bag and they have the fight situated. Not exactly.
That was basically half the Liquid's net worth lead. Net worth and experience lead. So that was like a 7,000 experience swing, about a 6.5k net worth swing. Empire suddenly find themselves with gold lining their pockets. They've got Manta Style for Silent as well as 1800 gold. Full Yule Scepter. Actually finished by Resolution. He brings that one out to himself. He's got the gem from the Winter Wyvern. We saw that picked up. And they're also looking at things like maybe a Greaves done for Flow soon. Tusk has a Blink. All of these heroes that were incredibly poor 2 minutes ago are rolling in it now, and I think at this point you look at the state of the game and you think, okay, Liquid still ahead, still got AC on Fata. Do you wait for the next Roshan? Because all your ultimates are up and ready to go, right? You still
After
have
that fight.
You still have the big
Yeah.
combo.
After that fight, I think they have no choice at this point. I feel like this game is very similar to how the game against Complexity for Liquid went by last night, where there was like a lot of exchanging of kills and a lot of fights that happened somewhat mishaps. Although I thought there's an engagement.
I was going to talk about it the other way. If they got all their ultimates up, I think they can go and fight this one. They kill the Dazzle off. They're incredibly simple. Tombstone will drop, and in comes Silent Juggernaut on this flash. Doesn't seem to do anything. It kills the supports. As he's now spinning off the Jirax and the Glimmercape Force. Maybe with the Orchid Burn, he'll take himself over, and he will do so. But they've already lost their 2 sustain heroes in the Undying and Dazzle. And with the amp damage, right clicks and Rocket Barrage. Silent didn't stand a bloody chance. Lucian has no TP scroll.
Yeah, he still has a gem though, and I think he's gonna sell his magic wand here or something. Yeah, there it is. He's gonna pour it out, still maintains a gem. If he walks top, he'll finally be able to spot out that sneaky little ward that's inside his base. But yeah, this game.
There's no buyback for Jug.
Oh, I guess that's high ground then.
That's Lena Rax. I guess they could try and slow this down, like there's limited mana on Gyrocopter, but Arcanes are up, Mind Control can close the gap and jump on them. Yeah, there we go, Fata just runs himself forward and they're taking Resolution down to half HP before he can cast a single spell. Weave EMP. One of them's going to be off the mark, and now with the cooldown landing onto 3, onto 2. Not quite catching Resolution, but the Snowball, it'll drag them straight back into this fight. Tombstone is good, and it'll slow Fata down a tiny bit with Resolution silencing him up, but he's caught. Mind Control, the 2-hit hit. With the Slaughter bringing down your 1-roll Invoker pretty much at this point. Silent not doing a massive amount of damage with his Omni Slash and stuff like that. It's all about Resolution's Invoker, and if he can't get his spells out and down onto Liquid here, he'll get the 2-man Tornado and maybe set things up for Silent to get in with there with the slices onto Kuroki, but the Winter's Curse is ready, up again, and Matu still going with the damage output. Grasp will try and slow down Fata here, but it's all really rough for Empire. They've bought back. They're just
oh my gosh, that
trying
damage.
to defend, but you're right. 112 damage output from Fata on top of the amp damage. 1 laner Axe is sure to fall, maybe even 2, but probably not. With no mana left, with Roshan respawning soon, got an objective, farm it down, back to farming a little bit. Collect your items, just look at that. BKB for Razor and the Gyro.
So the opportunity rules with that smoke where they could just kill the Juggernaut, pardon me. As you said, he had no buyback, so they're able to take that Rax down, and next Roshan, next Roshan spawning within like a minute and a half or something like that, so they'll get that. And again, they're already this strong, but once Fata has his, actually he has his BKB already. When he walks in with a BKB, it's going to be very similar to that game like last night against Complexity, where this Razor with BKB and a static link on one target, it's going to mean that he's invincible. And they won't have any tools to kill him. So, game's verging on its end here.
Oh, you look at that dip and then straight back up again. Liquid lost about 7,000 net worth, 7,000 experience, and about 6,500 net worth lead. But in one, it's just one swoop. They swoop through the dire jungle, literally. They sweep through there, kill after kill after kill, take laner Axe. They've made back their lead and a little bit more.
Yeah, honestly, that fight at mid was a very exceptional case. That should not, like, they should not have gotten 5-man wipe this game because, again, like they were so far ahead. If it's not just the golden EXP, it's the picks, and you can just see what the things that Mind Control are doing all game. You can kind of see how they can maneuver around Empire without getting punished. So that time they literally ran in one by one and dropped like dominoes. So I don't expect to see that again.
This is Mind Control even without a BKB. Force Blink, tons of mobility, and I'm guessing it's going to be Shiva's Guard there. Potentially could be a Hex, but probably the way to go. Just a little bit of extra armor to slow people down. Oh yeah, it's up again. Go, you're right.
This is what they needed to close out the game completely. This is the 100% win scenario here for them. And I'm not sure who they're going to put it on, possibly Matuma Man, but either the cores, like between Fata and Matuma Man, when they pop BKBs, they're not going to die. So, I don't know.
Looks like we're going to try and force this. It's all or nothing here with Mind Control, Silent Stuff, and Weaved. Fata, look at that! Holy crap, the Tusk didn't stand a freaking chance. Matu popped his BKB and okay, the Tusk, he actually blinks himself away, but no fear. Taking a pummeling here, Fata will get the plasma field out and put a backhander with the vision up on the high ground. Meanwhile in the back though, look at this, Mind Control healed up, the Ice Wall's down, but Curse into Blast, and Silent Gonna take an absolute slaughtering from a Timmerman. Tries to pop the Manta, and he will actually soak up a ton of damage from the rocket barrage, but Jirax is blocking off the retreat, slows them, holds them, and maybe can he finish them? Silent anymore, and Timmerman got his eyes on Resolution, and only Resolution. With a gem over on the Wyvern again, they don't have vision of him just now. Be able to escape. Aloha, what's the Tusk doing here? The Tusk has walked himself all the way back down, and Kuroki double sentries.
Oh my gosh.
Is he gonna get a solo kill? Got Ice Blast. Okay, here we go. Snipe of...
Oh goodness.
Not the
If he hit that, man, that would have been a crazy play. But honestly, Durka, I think Empire, they played that fight the best they could with the tools that they were given. And again, it's just not enough at this stage. But had they had fights like that where they were able to kite around Liquid, especially like BKB timings or timings in general, because they didn't have BKB in the earlier stages, this game would have seemed a little different. The way they kited that fight was magnificent. You know, they had vision with the high ground tombstone and kited the BKBs, wasted the duration of time as long as possible, and in the end, it wasn't enough, but they still held their ground, and that was quite impressive how they took that fight.
Yeah, the issue is, and Silent has tried to address this with the Maelstrom picked up. Lack of damage.
Yeah, this is it's not going to do much at this point, sadly, but might create a light show, I don't know.
Just lightning spamming everywhere. But that's the thing, like, Juggernaut is seen as one of these heroes that got a crit, he's got magic immunity, healing, he's got good sustain. That game is pretty good. He does rely relatively heavily on his ultimate, and if you're not doing damage because of Cold Embrace, because of nonsense like Glimmer Capes and Slardar Crusher, well, you can Omni Slash, he just doesn't have that impact in team fights. You're gonna have an impact here. After EMP'd, has no mana remaining. Power push is still gonna continue. Matsumaman is up on the high ground, he's difficult to actually pick off and kill. Both got their BKBs ready. Tier 3 will drop for Rax as well on top of this. And the rest of the team, look at how deep they're sitting. Jirax, even without a blink or a force. Mind Control was the one with a force blink to try and get his team into position, I feel here. Look, he just wants to be sitting back a little bit further for the Ice Blast. AoE, increase it as much as you can.
Look at how spread Liquid are for this push.
Perfect.
Yeah, it is. No openings.
If Empire want to go in and try and engage, they commit 5v1. And then the rest of Liquid have the big, Winter's Curse ulti to actually drop them. And now look at this, Mind Control. Forward onto the Tusk, Resolution is caught here. They've got a gem back on the Winter Wyvern. With the cooldown and Ice Blast flying over the top faster. Will drop with the Aegis, but Matulman drops straight after him. Silent finally gets the Omni Slash he's been dreaming of. Fata, he's back up. He's alive. Second life is up and running, and he's going to try and take down this Silent Juggernaut as Aloha Dance. He's going to get himself away a little bit here with the snowball, but slow. He's in harm's way, literally, with the Fata's Razor just triple killing through everybody. Silent is the last man standing, and GG is called. They lasted a little bit longer in this game. From a 24-minute win, whatever it was, game 1, 34 minutes. Well, they tap out. Game number 2. And Liquid are one game away from winning D2CL Season 6.
Yep, convincing series so far, and just wondering, as you are, I'm sure, whether Empire can bring it back in Game 3, because they have shown signs of life this game, and they certainly will do so the next.
They can refine from game to game. That, like, draft game number 1 was okay, it wasn't spectacular, it was just the Liquid had that, one up on them. This game, it was more about laning than draft, I feel, it was just that